Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, and today we're going to be talking about how those odds have been acting up for the game between the New York Giants and Seattle Seahawks. How you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All right, man. So this one wasn't much of a surprise considering the way that the Giants have been playing lately. Bookies opened it at -10 in favor of Seattle, and a lot of books thought that that spread was a bit overvalued, and they dropped it all the way to -8 and -8.5, with only a few of them hanging at 9, 9.5, and -10, like Five Dimes has it. But anyways, I mean, it looks like everybody has a bunch of controversy for this one, man. Where do you think this line is going to close out?
Yep, does seem that the Sharps may be a little bit split on this game as well. So it will be interesting to see where this line closes out because, you know, like you said, we've seen it all over the place this week. It wouldn't surprise me to see it settle on the lower side of where it is right now at that 8, 8.5 mark because I think 10, like where you're seeing Five Dimes have it right now, and 9 even at Heritage, are the higher sides, and it does look like a majority of the books have it around that 8, 8.5 mark. So I think that's probably where we're going to see it close. Who I would take on either side of that is still a mystery to me because these two teams, probably two of the bigger mysteries in football this season, and on one side, you have the Super Bowl champs who, for a while, were looking like potential repeat candidates and then kind of have fallen off over recent weeks and really been, to be quite honest, have had some really questionable stories and moves coming out of their camp with seems like the descent of Marshawn Lynch and the trade of Percy Harvin. And then on the other side, you have the Giants who are like a roller coaster this year. So I'm probably going to not touch this game entirely. If I do touch it, it's probably going to be a bet on the over at 44.5 because there is still that likelihood that the Seattle defense stinks it up and the Giants offense wakes up even on the road. But other than that, no, I can't find myself touching this game. But I do think we're going to see it closed around 8.5, though. Yeah,
like you said, I mean, that main point right there is that whole Marshawn Lynch factor. I mean, they haven't been able to get the run game going, and that's what's hurt the Seahawks team. I mean, they had that dynamic going when they had Percy Harvin, but, Percy Harvin would always draw coverage. And the factor right now that, Marshawn is just, I don't know what he's doing. He's just not finding his game. He might be unhappy. He might, be hinting towards leaving the team or something like that, even though, Pete Carroll has been mum on that and pretty much said that he's not going anywhere. But, the way that it looks like right now, it's just two unreliable teams going up against each other with a very high spread on one team that, anything really what they have going for them is just the fact that they're, returning Super Bowl champions. I don't know. I really don't like this game at all. Like you said, I mean, it's just one of those that you're probably just going to sit down and just steer away from it just because of these factors. Because, again, the Giants have that roller coaster deal going up and down, and we really don't know what to expect here. So, I mean, I'm down with you in this one, Jordan. I don't really know what else to expect from these teams.
Yeah, I think Lynch has actually been playing, somewhat solidly this season outside of that 3-game stretch against the Cowboys, Rams, and Panthers. Because last week he had a good game, well over 100 yards total offense, and 2 touchdowns, obviously. But that was against the Raiders, so I don't know how much stock you can put into that. But I think if Lynch can get going and they can get him going to where he is, around that 22, 23 carries, 100-yard mark. And he's been actually catching some passes this season. Like I said, he had 5 receptions last week. I mean, that's huge for this guy. It really doesn't do a whole lot of that up until the last year or two. So, and they need him to catch passes because they traded away their best receiver, and they really don't have a lot of receiving options on this team. But like I said, I think that the best bet would be to stay away from this game. If you insist on making a play, I would stay with the total and not the spread because I just don't think it's worth the volatility this Sunday. With all the good NFL odds this Sunday, I wouldn't waste your time with this one.
I totally agree, man. All right, Jordan, as always, pleasure talking football with you. Look forward to doing it again next week.
All right, thanks, Dax.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. Big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.